can I do today? I'm pretty bored. I answered Shock of God's question that he posed to all atheists. I've screamed my support for Cult of Dusty. I showed the world that I don't push my beliefs even on my own daughter. What can I do today?
Hey, it's Kristen and Bethany here with Girl Defined Ministries, and in today's vlog, we're going to be talking about how to handle a breakup in a God-honoring way.
That's right. Once again, the Raging Atheist is going to go at the girls of Girl Defined because their bullshit just has to be called out. And I'm going through something similar to this. So let's see if their logic applies to me. And I know that they're speaking to young teeny bopper little girls, but let's see where they're going to go with this.
So going through a breakup is never a fun thing to do. It's hard. There's so many emotions and feelings and people telling you different things from the media and music who send a very clear message on how to handle a breakup, and then the Bible, and then church and Christians, and you're like, how do I do this? How do I honor God through a difficult breakup?
Now, I'm going to be 40 years old next month, and I've been through a lot of relationships. I've been through a lot of breakups, and not once, even when I believed in God, was I worried about God when I was going through a breakup. Not once. I just wasn't worried about that. What I was worried about was why she fucked somebody else. What I was worried about was why she lied, or why I acted the way I did that caused the breakup. I never really wondered what God thought about my personal relationship. And since I've become an atheist, that has never come into the equation. The breakup of a relationship doesn't have anything to do with God. It has everything to do with you and the person that you just ended that relationship with, and the emotions that you're feeling and going through at the time. So ending your relationship in a godly way is just ludicrous to begin with. It doesn't make any sense. You're being stupid, and you're just trying to get views from all these little teeny boppy girls who are confused that the religion they've been raised into their whole lives is telling them to do one thing, but their bodies is telling them to do another. And you're capitalizing on that, and you're profiting off of that, and that's disgusting to me.
Number one is this: seek comfort in the right place.
Usually when I break up with a girl, I seek comfort with another girl. That's my comfort zone. I usually like to try to prove to myself that I still have it, and that whatever bad things the last one is saying doesn't apply, because I can make this new one cry my name.
You need to stop and feeling like trusting in the Lord. You're feeling.
I mean, this really isn't bad advice. Of course, everybody if you're going through a bad breakup and you're distraught emotionally, you should seek comfort from those that you know will give you comfort. So I really have no beef with what they're saying here. But I'm sure, I'm positive that they won't just leave it at that as point made. They gotta, these chicks are one of a kind, and they gotta ramble on for a few minutes about it.
Like Bethany said, breakups are so hard, and we've both been through them. And if you've been through one, you know how hard it is. But one of the challenges for us is that in that breakup, there's so much pain. There can be so much hurt. Depending on why the breakup happened, it can be such a hard thing to wrestle through.
Oh my fucking God, will she ever shut the fuck up?
We as Christian girls need to be so intentional to make sure that we're mourning and sad, but we're going to the right places for comfort. Totally. We're going to God's truth. And so rather than running to friends who are just going to pat you on the shoulder and tell you, like, forget that guy, he's awful, hate him, you need to go to God's truth. Go to people who are going to point you back to God's word and say, hey, God's word says that you need to seek him, that he is your comfort. He is your source of life. He is your energy. He's the one that's going to get you through this. And
so finally, after all that endless prattling, we get to her point, and her point is, hey, don't go to your friends, don't go to the people that will hug you and comfort you and pat you on the shoulder and tell you it's going to be okay. Go to God, because God's going to do all that for you. God's truth will will set you free of that heartache that's telling you to put a gun to your head and pull the fucking trigger. I never knew that. Oh my God, brain blown.
Number 2, trust in the Lord with all your heart.
That's seriously your advice to me or anybody else going through a difficult breakup, is just have faith in God. I came home. I go to my girlfriend's house to pick her up after spending time and energy getting to know her, investing in a future. And I get there, and there's a dude's car there that had spent the night. And I'm supposed to be okay with it because I keep faith with God, because I stay true to God. No, wasn't it that led me to this fucking situation to begin with? Wasn't my faith in God that led me to her and her deceit and her dishonesty? Doesn't it work both ways like that? No. The proper thing to do in a hard breakup for anybody, whether you're Christian, atheist, Muslim, or anything else, is to experience it and to deal with it as an adult and to not be so fundamentally crazy about it that you can't continue to be yourself. Breakups are hard. They're designed to be that way. They're designed to teach you a very harsh lesson in life. Faith in God has nothing to do with it at all.
Want to do anything but trust in God, and you want to lean on your own understanding. Yes. You want to lean on your understanding, but we need to stop, put our trust back in God, believe that He is a good God that loves us.
Just put your faith in God. He's a good God that loves us. He didn't lead us to that situation. He didn't create that fickle human being who couldn't stick to their word or keep their legs closed. No, He didn't create them. That was the devil. That was the devil. But if we just believe, then He'll lead us to the next one that's a fickle human being that's going to have issues and problems of their own and might very well crush your heart again.
And number 3, surround yourself with godly wisdom. Like we talked about before, when a breakup happens, we can respond one or two ways. We can either isolate ourselves and say, like, I'm done, I don't want to see the world, I'm going to lock myself up for days.
Now, I might seriously take this advice, considering I'm going through such a horrible breakup. But it's impossible to. What the hell is godly wisdom? How do I surround myself with the wisdom of an imaginary figure that was created by primitive sheep herders in the desert of the Middle East? How will I find wisdom there? Are you speaking of the Bible that was a oral history until it was written down and then rewritten and then edited and then rewritten again and then rewritten again and then given to a king who didn't really approve of everything in it, so they had to edit it and rewrite it again, and then that wasn't good enough for you, so they had to give it to the new version and try to modernize it because nobody could understand all the these and thous, and it sounds too much like Shakespeare. Is that where I'm supposed to find my wisdom? I'm not supposed to find the wisdom of the moment. I'm not supposed to find the wisdom of the experience and learn from it. I mean, what are you teaching these little girls that follow you? Are you teaching them to be individuals or mindless slaves to the cult that you perpetuate so you can profit off of them?
I just encourage you to find an older woman, someone godly who can be that for you during that breakup to help point you back to truth, and that is going to really help you handle your breakup in a God-honoring way.
And maybe if she doesn't point you to the truth, she can point you to that muffin. She can show you a lifestyle that's not going to cause so much conflict for you emotionally. Maybe deep down, you need to find your inner lesbian and become that abomination. If these men are giving you such problems, and maybe she can show you how to lick that kitty cat. I mean, do you hear yourselves? I talked about this in my last video I made on you. You're being very dangerous. You're telling young, vulnerable minds, young, vulnerable people to seek out the older people of this cult in a cult known for the older people molesting the younger people. We just had one of the most powerful figures in the Catholic Church go to trial for years upon years of molestation. And we know what the Catholic Church did, and we know that it's not delegated to the Catholic Church, that it runs rampant through all of Christianity. So this doesn't seem like very good advice to me.
Number 4, fill your mind with truth. At this point in your life, when you're going through a breakup, you need truth pouring into your mind and into your heart more than ever, because there is such a temptation to believe the lies and to just be deceived and turn to play and, follow your emotions and your feelings. But you need truth to guide you during this time. You need
the only truth guiding me through this time, this breakup, is seeing that vehicle outside of her house, knowing that she lied, that she cheated, and that's what women do. I mean, that's the truth that you latch onto with the relationship when you're breaking up with somebody is the reasons why you're breaking up. That's the truth that you need to work out in your mind. So I don't know what you're talking about, what your experience is, but the truth isn't going to be found in some archaic book. You'll find more truth in Harry Potter than you'll find in that damn Bible.
Number 5, choose to serve others. For us, when we've gone through a breakup, it is so easy to become self-consumed, self-focused. Life is all about you. Woe is me. My life is the worst. And we just become so consumed with our lives that we forget that we're actually here on this earth to serve and love others.
Hey, baby. You want to serve me? Do you want to love me? I'll help you get over that breakup, girl.
We really hope that this vlog has just encouraged you with practical tips that will help you during a breakup.
It hasn't helped me with nothing. You didn't help me with any situation that I might be going through. All you did was spit a lot of bullshit out of the side of your neck. And I'm sure I'm going to catch some grief from your little teeny bopper followers that like to say that I bully you, that I pick on you, that I slander you. I'm sure they're going to cry. Do you think they'll cry?
It's many tears, yes. Many tears if you...
Oh, as always, I'm the Raging Atheist. If you like my videos, subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, share me on your social media. I'll see you soon.